Hello, Julie, you're there. You're first. You're first. Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to you on a warm June day. It's not like hot, which is, thank goodness, a warm June day in Minnesota. Kiri, hello. How are you? So, Grammy Karen, hello. So, Julie, I didn't get to ask you, is it warm there today, or are you still kind of on the coolish side? And how is the fire situation out there? Kiri, are you roasting down there? I bet you're enjoying your air conditioner, though, I'm sure. Lynn, hello. How are you doing? And Grammy Karen, how is it in lush Kentucky? Looks like you guys have had plenty of rain. So welcome everybody to my live show on Monday night. You know, there are a lot of times I'm like, should I just skip it tonight or not? But you know, whenever I'm on and I'm talking to you guys, it's so worth it. You are all so worth it. So I'm really so grateful that you all are here. You guys keep me going. You hold me accountable. You keep me going, keep me motivated. And so I'm really grateful for you. So yes, my hair is wet. I was just out in the garden and quick shower. I'm doing very well, Lynn. Thank you. Very green, hot, wet, and humid. Sounds like a typical summer though, huh? Karen, yeah. Austin hit 100 today. Oof. Yep, Kiri, that's right. You know, when we were dealing with all of our 100-degree days here, you know, even though I would work outside for like 20, 30 minutes, come back in for a half hour, back out, you know, back and forth, it was still, after a few days of doing that, it's just like, it totally drains you from the inside out too. And so I had to there were a few times I just had to take a day and just like stay inside, even though there was a lot of work to do outside, and just do that. So Patty, hello, how are you? I'm stuck with you. I am so glad that I'm stuck with you. You guys are awesome. You're so great. And I need to clean up this pile because it's always, I can't, I suppose I could like zoom me in or something, but no, I just need to clean up my pile so it's not showing every time. But we had a gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous day today. Pure, deep blue skies, sunny, a nice breeze this afternoon, probably 12 miles an hour or something like that. Nice so that it was like blowing, but not like whipping you around. And straight from the north, so it was a little cooler breeze and dry, so it was very nice. Debbie, hello. So it's raining out there. Yeah, we're supposed to get some rain. Here's my phone. Here we go. There's actually 2 days forecast in the next 10-day outlook here. So let me see. I'll bring it up. Muggy here too. Got an inch of rain. Nice. Oh, I know. There's always the pros and cons of that, right? The upside and the downside there. So you baked a sweet potato in the sun oven. Oh, you know, that is on my wish list. Every time I get emails from them, so I'm subscribed to their email system and or their newsletters, whatever. And so every day that it pops up, I'm like, oh, a sun oven. Oh, that would be so nice. So it's kind of like out there on my wish list. It's not an immediate thing, but anyway. So right now it is 82 degrees, which is so nice. Yeah, Thursday we might get some rain, and then next Sunday, Monday. But we're going to have start like Friday. We're supposed to start getting into the 70s for the highs. Oh, it's like 20 degrees cooler, and that's more like our normal type of thing. So Kiri, how long did it take to bake your sweet potato? And then you cooked some pintos. So were they like the dry beans to finish that you would cook them? A Sun Sport. So you've got 2 different Sun ovens. Very cool. My phone's locking up, of course. Oh, there we go. Our humidity is super low right now. Right now it's 24%. So, Dutch or Paul, how are you? I haven't seen you for a long time. Thank you for coming. Your hunter stove is, oh, baby birds have it. Oh, I know, Julie, right? Oh, I'd love to have one. And the sun that you get, you would do really well out there. In the summer, the heat. Well, can you imagine even just like 2 of them that you could have one for, like baking, one for putting like a pot roast and stuff in, and then just like stick it out there, and then it's ready, and you're not heating up your house. So you're feeding your family in the evening. Oh, just so great. So wonderful. The sweet potato is huge, very fast, so good chunk. Oh, okay. Yeah, so you really burn. Oh, yeah. I don't know if there's, Kiri, are there timers on those things? Or do you have to just kind of keep track of your time? I have no idea how they work. I just noticed takes me a while. I've only been going live for over 2 years. There's a little on my screen that I see it shows like how many people in there, how many thumbs up. Then it's got like a little red live, and then it's got a time ticker. It shows me. I never noticed it was there. Oh, it's showing me how long I've been on here. Oh, a little slow on the uptake sometimes. Oh, you find baby birds in the outside stove under a cast iron frying pan. Wow. Oh, that would be hot. Under a cast iron pan? That would be really, really hot. So, hope you guys don't mind. I'm a little more casual here today. You'll have to turn to follow the sun. Oh, okay. Okay. So every couple hours you go out there and turn it, or once an hour or something like that. I suppose it would depend on your location, actually, on how fast the sun would be moving across the sky and the angle of it and everything. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I would love to get sponsored by Sun Oven. Wouldn't that be fun? Come on out and do a demo here in my garden. Oh, that'd be so great. Paul, no worries, no worries. You know what? It's in the summer now, when the day is longer, people getting home, getting out and working in the yard and the garden and everything. And it's just really, it's hard to devote time to get on, especially at this time of the day. But you are like, what, 1 o'clock in the morning or something? But I just am so grateful that you're here. Thank you for being here. And you know what? Life is there, and there are other priorities that take place over being on YouTube. So you have to do what you have to do. The stove is under a tree, so it's in the shade, and of course the propane tank is shut off. Okay. So let me get my things up here. Whew. I was doing some things in the garden. It was just taking me a lot longer than what I planned. It's like everything takes longer than what I figure it does. Patty, wouldn't you agree on that? It's like, Why does this take me 3 times longer than it used to? Oh, I just, yeah. Well, hello, Tim. How are you? Good evening to you. Yeah, Carrie, they did. And you know what is sometimes that has to happen, but I still want to see you guys. I still want to be here, and especially I've just I was kind of figuring it up. I've still been filming. I just, like I said before, it's been so hard to get to editing. I probably have somewhere in the area of 130 to 150 gigabytes of of stuff I've filmed. And it's on my external drive, on my laptop, on my SD card. The 64 gig SD card is full. I've started another one. And it's like I've got all of that stuff filmed out there that I have to edit. But to edit 150 gigabytes of filming is just like, it's huge. It's huge. Anyway, but yes, I was filming today too, a couple different things actually. So anyway, I'm going to start by giving my garden tip for the night here. Hanging in there. Oh, good. Well, say hi to Alicia and to your kids for me. I appreciate that, Tim, you being here. My garden tip for the night is, when you've got berries and if the birds are getting to them, I mean, sometimes you're in an area where you don't have to worry about that. But if you have birds that are getting to your berries, whether it's strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, whatever, try to use bird netting. And it's a very, very annoying, irritating plastic netting that you have to deal with because it catches on everything, but it saves your berries. It saves your berries. So anyway, yes, Tim, I'll get to that. The laptop screen's cracked, so it's been tough making videos. Oh, I hear you. That would be, Carrie, yes. You'd hope for traveling to some events. I know. I'm supposed to travel in October, and it's going to be kind of dicey. Hopefully I'll be able to get there. So, hey, Megan, hello. Oh, good, Karen. Yes, saved your blueberry bushes. Absolutely. My strawberries are ripening right now, and I hadn't, because I've just been rebuilding all my beds and got those in place. I didn't have any netting up in time, and so they've been in there eating at them, but not too many, maybe 4 or 5 of them or something. So I just got done putting some bird netting up, and I'll be showing you guys that. But it definitely has saved my strawberries in the past, and if you can find a way to cover things without it catching on everything, it still really, really helps. So it keeps the birds from getting to them. And grapes too. So that really helps. Tulle, yes. Tulle cover for your dwarf cherry tree. Oh, that's very good. Yes, tulle is a very good thing too. Hey, Glenn, thanks for coming in. So, yeah, try to protect and save your strawberries or your raspberries, blueberries, and you only have to have them on there for just when they're ripening and you're harvesting through them. I have a green stock that I'm going to put some ever-bearing strawberries in there, and so I'm going to have to kind of figure out a way to put a cover over that too. So anyway, this last week has been so hot. Today was much better. Like I said, it was mid-80s. But yeah, it's just been so hot and dry. Dry. We had one morning that we had some rain. Maybe we got 1/4 of an inch. I don't know, maybe 1/2 inch rain. And that's about it in the last like 2 months. And so we've been very dry. Hey, Dawn. Hello. So seeing some rain in the forecast is very, very wonderful to see. I'm hoping that we do get that. All right. So Echinacea. I put a couple links in the description below so that you guys can check that out after we're all done here. One is the benefits of Echinacea, and the other one's how to grow it and grow and harvest it and all that kind of thing. Don, you know what? You could put any name up there and I would know it's you because of all of the exclamation points that you put in there. It's wonderful. That tells me that you are an exuberant person, and it's so fun. Well, Patty Southern Blessed, hello. Cooking dinner? Oh, yes. Thanks, Julie. Thank you. So Echinacea is a name of a group of flowering plants in the daisy family. So they are in the daisy family, but not a daisy. So anyway, they're native to North America, and they grow in the prairies and in open wooded areas. So you can find them wild too if you're out foraging, you're out camping and you come across them. But again, anything in the wild, make sure that you know what it is so you can identify them. Yeah, what's for dinner? Exactly, Patty. Oh, I like that, Karen. Thank you for checking on there. So Echinacea actually has 9 different species, but we only use 3 of them in herbal supplements. The most common one is Echinacea Purporia. So I kind of think of like purple Purporia, and it's actually called Purple Coneflower. It's kind of a name because of its color. So I don't know, can you see this? So Echinacea, there it is. It's called the Purple Coneflower because this middle part here, I was using my cursor to show you, like you guys can see it. So the center part, when you tilt it up, it looks like a cone shape. So anyway, it is edible, medicinal, and ornamental. And it is a perennial. So Dave, hello. You got that on the purple one. Yes. You just in time. The other 2 species that are used in herbal supplements are Echinacea angustifolia. Patty, I don't know if I'm saying these right or not, but and Echinacea pallida or pallida. So both the plant's upper parts and the roots are used in tablets, tinctures, extracts, and teas. So we think of it as either, a tablet supplement or, a pill supplement that you can buy to have, or we make Echinacea tea. So you've got your tea bags of Echinacea and everything for when you get a cold. But you can make tinctures out of them, which would last a long time, and extracts. So again, tinctures, extracts are similar, but I won't get into that again. But anyway, so you can get something that's more shelf stable and long lasting out of your plants rather than, just keeping a gallon jug of the flowers to use for teas. So, thank you, Patty. I did take Latin in high school. I took 2 years of Latin. And so, but there's like different kinds of Latin. There's like the ancient type of Latin. There's like the scientific type of Latin. There's church Latin. There's just different things that some of them have different pronunciations. And so I'm just trying that out there. So, but anyway, Echinacea plants contain an impressive variety of active compounds such as caffeic acid, alkamides, phenolic acids, rosmarinic acid, polyacetylenes, and more, it says. Well, hey, Ricky, thanks for being here. Hello. Another Minnesotan. Yay. Right, Dave? Yeah. So there's a lot of different things, like there's, T's and C's, and some of the vowels and everything are very different. So when I homeschooled my girls, I also taught them Latin for a couple years. So other than my own high school Latin, my one thing that I remember is Julius Caesar's Veni Vidi Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. So there you go, Veni Vidi Vici. And so I do remember that. Oh, alrighty. Thanks, Karen. Appreciate that. So studies have actually linked Echinacea and their compounds to many health benefits. And Echinacea is something you want to use for short term. It's not like, not a long-term thing that you want to take every day for years or something. It's short term to help you through, a health situation type of thing. So first of all, they're high in antioxidants. So, which has been proven to help your system against cancer and different things like that, antioxidants. It's an immune system booster. You guys are so great. It lowers blood sugar. It's a stress and anxiety reducer. So you can imagine a tea of echinacea and chamomile and what was one of the other ones? Well, some peppermint. I've done so many herbs now. I'm trying to remember all the ones that I had for everything. But anyway, it's an anti-inflammatory. It helps to treat skin conditions. So there you go. If you're going to make like a tincture or an extract or something, you can even make an oil, an echinacea oil out of this, and then add that to, have calendula, echinacea, comfrey, moringa. Oh my goodness. If you had all of those in an oil together in a salve, whew, that would be like super, super, super duper healing. Yeah, Kiri, they take a long time. And maybe, did you try them inside or outside? No worries, Alicia. Okay. Don't over stress about it. Really. It's, I've had it. A number of people I know have had it. It's something that, and I'm high risk. I'm super high risk. And so I came through it easier than I have with pneumonia. And so, they put a lot more fear into you than what is needed when you get this. So just rest, and take care of yourself. Lots of liquids, all that kind of stuff. So, Dave, you're in a stress reducer. Yes. So the, let me see here. Alrighty. So yeah, so those are your basic things. And people take them for colds because it is an immune booster. So it can help with, anything that you need your immune system boosted for. It'd be great. So, oh, Patty, I'm glad you're done with dinner. So, if you have any allergies to like other daisies, marigolds, ragweed, that kind of thing, that would be the only thing that you would want to be careful of, and maybe stay away from it if you already have those kind of allergies. Now, just being out there and breathing them is different than actually consuming them. So anyway, something to just keep in mind and maybe test out or something if you need to. The liquid extract tinctures you can take like 3 times a day. And then you can also dry it, powder it and make it into capsules, all that kind of stuff. Dry it, just kind of crumble it up, put it into teas, dry it again, make extracts, oils out of it. So that's, excuse me, very, very flexible. Very good for that. All right. So all of because this is a, excuse me, purple coneflower, the Echinacea Purporia, again, the most common one. There are the others have different colors. They can be pink or white, but the purple is the most common. And the one that we're going to talk about too as the medicinal use. It's a hardy perennial. The flowers get pretty good size too. They can make a beautiful bouquet, a dried bouquet and everything. They'd be very, very pretty. But so it says that it's a cottage garden favorite, and it stands about, they bloom heavily from July through September. They're very popular with bees and butterflies, so it's a good pollinator and pollinator attractor too. So it stands about 3 to 4 feet tall. So think about that and where you would want to place it, because it is a perennial. So you'd want to make sure that you put it someplace where it's going to be where it's needed. The one beauty of this, the echinacea, it does not take much water. It's a low water plant, easy to care, very strong blossoms. You plant it in full sun. It does prefer rich soil, but it's very adaptable. So your echinacea is getting, oh, good, Julie. Yours was absolutely gorgeous the last couple of years. It is just so beautiful. You should try to harvest some of it this year and just lay it out, let it dry, and see if you can save some. That would be so great. You can grow it from direct seeding, or use some nursery stock if you wanted to buy it and plant it in there or something. It also tolerates a light frost, which is great to know for the fall. Oh, there you go, Dave. There you go. And it transplants well. Good. Oh, that's good. That's good. The maturity is 90 to 120 days. So we're taking 3 to 4 months from seed to flower. You want to space them out about 1 to 2 feet apart if you're going to do multiple plants. Yeah, it says that they're not fussy. They'll endure most soil conditions. You do want to make sure that they're more well drained, or the soil is well drained, not in like a swampy type of area. It won't do well in there. So, oh, that's cool, Dave. Folks want fancy flowers. They're still medicinal. Many of the new fancy flowering types are Echinacea Purporia. Okay, nice. Yes, Ricky, they're very good for Minnesota. Absolutely. And so they like generous amounts of organic compost or aged animal manure mixed into the ground before planting. It says it'll help improve the health of the plant, which is kind of the case with most of them. But anyway, they tolerate heat and drought, which is perfect for us. Oh, yeah, sandstone, right. Yeah, don't put them in sandstone. So, hey, Michigan Daffodil, hello. Hi, Caitlin. You're doing a new custom diamond painting of the show. Nice. Oh, that'll be great. If you're going to start them inside, you can sow them like a 1/2 inch deep, and they'll germinate in about 10 to 20 days. So, Kiri, if you haven't seen anything, it takes about 3 weeks before they'll even germinate. Just continue watering them, make sure that it's there. Anyway, flowers, it says, reliably bloom the first year from seed if you sow them early. So if you wait until the middle of summer, probably won't get anything till the next year. So you've got lots of flies under the rabbit hutches. Oh, yeah. Aw, that's so sweet, Michigan Daffodil. Thanks. What you want to do is, on a regular basis, pinch off the flowers that are already done, that are spent, so that your plant can continue to produce more. Because once it dries, it's telling the plant that, okay, we need to go to seed. We need to hibernate so that our babies can get out there and can grow. Whether, but if you pick them off, they're like, oh, we need to produce more flowers. We need to produce more because, all of a sudden our offspring are gone. It's like, so that's kind of the case with a lot of plants. So the more you can pick them off, the dead heads, different things like that. So just do that, and that really helps a lot. There's an amazing rays of color. Yes. Isn't that fun, Patty? It's just, it's one of those really fun medicinal plants. And it was used for centuries by Native Americans and everything else. So it was really great. You can apply a quality flower fertilizer several times during the garden season to promote big, beautiful blossoms. It didn't talk about like a natural organic type of fertilizer, so I'm not sure what just a full echinacea yard, right? And a garden is like, oh my goodness, can you imagine the bees that would come and the butterflies? A field of echinacea. That would be pretty amazing. I would imagine too that any of the seeds that would fall, it would continue to propagate, kind of like calendula does. So you want to mulch it to help prevent weeds and to conserve the moisture. You cut plants in the late winter after the flowers have gone to seed. Late winter. No, here it's got to be like mid-fall because our late winter is like Christmas. No, late winter. Late winter is March, so late fall is Christmas. Anyway, before winter sets in, when you're winterizing your garden, cut the plants to the ground so then you don't have all these dead stalks that the new ones are trying to get up in there. So you think yours has a yellow flower? Ooh, that would be so cool. Worm compost would probably be a good one since it likes rich soil. There we go. Your calendula is like a week in your veg garden. Okay. Oh, it's like a weed in your garden. Okay. I know. It's, I grew chamomile. What was it, last year? I believe it was last year, the year before. I don't think it was last year. And I just found a whole bunch coming up in a little 6-inch pot that I had sitting somewhere else in the yard. I'm like, how did that happen? It really got around. I've been pulling chamomile sprouts from all over the place in the garden, so it's been kind of funny. I don't need any this year, but I'm keeping the little 6-inch pot. We'll see how that goes. Okay, it says that Echinacea is vulnerable to a number of garden pests, including Japanese beetles, aphids, and leaf hoppers. Check often, and if problems exist, use the following steps for safe and sane approach to pest control. Oh, you've got foxglove too, Dave. You're just doing so great, planting a bunch of things in there. You reseeded calendula about 2 inches high. Yep, your golden feverfew selves. You guys are doing so great with your herbs. Oh, I'm so proud of all of you. That's so great. So some of the things you can do for pest control is to remove weeds and other garden debris to eliminate alternate hosts. So because a lot of times the pests will want to go to the garbage, so to speak, in your garden, and then they'll find your good stuff. It says discard severely infested plants by securely bagging and putting in the trash. Release commercially available beneficial insects to attack and destroy insect pests. You can spot treat pest problem areas with neem oil or other organic pesticide. I'm always super cautious about what I spray on things and what I use for the herbs that I'm actually going to pick and ingest right away, whether I turn them into a tea or a tincture or whatever. It's like I don't want anything sprayed on those. So I will tend to, if there's like pests on them, I would go more for like a soapy water, just like a little bit of dish soap in water and just spray them, that type of thing. Sometimes that does it really well, and then just let the rain and other stuff going on there. So thanks, Michigan Daffodil. I really appreciate that. So, thank you, Dave. Patty, you're trying to replace your yard weeds with herbs. You don't care if... That will be amazing, going out there and smelling all of that. Oh my goodness. So some of the other things you could do, says the foliage and the flowers of Echinacea are also susceptible to several diseases, such as anthracnose, powdery mildew, and aster yellows, which will disfigure leaves and flowers. To try to reduce plant diseases that are common to coneflowers or Echinacea, avoid overhead watering whenever possible. Use a soaker hose or drip irrigation. Properly space them apart to improve the air circulation. And then apply organic fungicides to prevent further infection. So you can do that. So Kiri, your vegetable garden is full of grass and wild sunflowers are starting to bloom. Sweet, nice. Patty, I have calendula oil brewing in the kitchen window. Yay, so good. I know I need to make salves. I'm getting down to my last little bit. You sprinkled used coffee grounds on your beans and radishes. Good. I don't drink coffee, so I need to try to find a source of coffee grounds that's close by me. I've thought about that for a few years now, and it's just, it's just like that one more thing. It's like going, there's a Subway that I could probably go and, but then it's like, bring your bucket in, come and getting it at the end of the day, because they would need to get that out of there, that type of thing. So, and it's 10 miles away. So it's like 20, 40 miles to drive in one day for just coffee grounds. But I don't know. We'll see. I think that's the thing that's kind of holding me back at this point. It's going to have a wonderful fragrance. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Again, Dave, it's like 10 miles away. The only thing I have in my town is a bar. But I know the owner. I should see if they make coffee there. I don't know if they make coffee there. That would be it's like, a block and a half away. So that would be great. Now that's a good idea, Patty, too. Yeah. I never thought of that. Just asking them if they're doing, I should do that. Thank you. Thank you guys for the ideas. I appreciate that so much. All right. Some seed saving instructions for Echinacea. It says purple coneflower will produce lots of seed, but you must get there before the birds. When the blooms dry out, cut them off and hang them upside down in bundles. The seeds are contained in the heads between the spikes. So let me, I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. You see the little spikes that are in there? The seeds are right in between there. And so once the heads are dry and crisp, they can be lightly hand crushed with gloves on for protection because they are kind of spiky. And the seed winnowed from the chaff. So on the link that I have there for how to grow, it will give a link for the instructions on how to save flower seeds. And I think that's all on that. Let me see. Yeah, you can do, I was only, for years, I was only told that you could use just the roots. And so you have to like grow it, let it grow for 2 or 3 years before there's enough root system, and then dig them up and then grab the roots and use those. But this is, you can use everything, the upper parts and the roots. So, which is really, really good to know. So I can use the, thank you, Julie and Patty, I appreciate that. The, so you can use the flowers, the leaves. That's so great. Hey, Discover Sustainable. Hello, thanks for coming in. So again, high in antioxidants. It's immune system booster, which is like its most famous thing. Good for colds. It helps to lower your blood sugar, stress and anxiety reducer, anti-inflammatory. It helps to treat skin conditions and can offer help against cancer. So kind of some really, really cool things there. Thanks, Ricky. Let me find my other notes here. So somebody said something up here that I wanted to get back to. I'm just going to be looking through the chat. It reminded me of something, and oh, okay. Since we're talking about herbs, I was cleaning through some of my herb beds today and everything, weeding through them and kind of checking on them. I still have some more to go through and to look at, but there were some plants that were really, really abundant last year that just didn't make it through the winter. And some of my perennials, one was a peppermint plant. I think I've got 2 peppermints and 2 lemon balms that made it through, and only 1 sage out of maybe 3 or 4. So, know that even though these are perennials and they're supposed to keep coming back, know that it does happen that sometimes they just don't, and you have to kind of start over again. And it's okay. And that's why I'm the ones that I use a lot of in my medicines, my teas, and my different things like that. I'm planting multiples of those in different areas. So I want to make sure that I at least have something. So if one doesn't come up, and it's like, okay, I need to start over with that. But in the meantime, this one is starting to grow. And what's hard is that if I wanted to start from seed and have the plant ready to plant, like June 1st, I would need to start them in March. But the problem is everything's covered with snow, and so I don't know what's not going to make it and what will by, until the end of May, when all of a sudden it's like, this one's just not making it. And so I really hate to go out to the nursery and buy any more plants or anything like that. So, if like now I know that, 3 out of 5 of my peppermint plants didn't make it. So this next year, oh, Patty, I do have an tinkerer's wife. I have a question for you. If I were to start like a peppermint plant, if I were to start them inside right now from seed, and like I normally would, and it would take, 3 weeks to germinate or whatever, and it would get into a small plant by the end of August. If I were to plant it, allow it to have like a month to get established and everything, will it last? And will it survive, I should say, for the winter, so that it would be there and ready for next spring? Or do I just wait until next spring to put it in so it's got all summer long to establish and grow and everything else? That's been a big question in my mind, and I know you would be a good one to tell me about that one. So, oh, that would be, Patty. That would be pretty. Have them pop up out of the snow and stuff like that. So it'd be kind of cool. You have lemon balm everywhere. It's not but it's not as cold there. Yeah. I know, Dave. Exactly. I was just like so surprised. I'm so surprised. But and I don't know why. I just really don't know why. So you had some winter die off this year sometime. You're on young apricot. Oh. Okay. Oh, thanks, Dave. Might be difficult by very cold temps. Recommend doing cuttings in the spring to grow out over the summer instead of trying to grow from seed. Okay. Okay. Yeah, in the pots or the areas that I have the my peppermint, one of them has just got 2 little teeny sprigs coming up, and the other one has 1. So it's not like I have a lot to choose from here to try to propagate anywhere else, but we'll see how they go. And I'll just plan on, starting some extras next spring. I think, and then I can always give them away or plant them somewhere else or something. But I think it would be wise for me to do that. Like I said, the sage is doing great in one spot, and it totally died off in other areas. So I don't know. It's, again, could be the areas that they're in, could be the soil. I don't know. But anyway. Michigan daffodil, you had lemon balm, blue sage, lavender, pineapple sage. Oh, it did not come back. Oh. I have seeds for pineapple sage, but I don't, no, not pineapples. Is it pineapple sage? Pineapple basil. I can't remember. So anyway, in the areas that I cleaned out that it had totally died off, I did plant today some thyme and chives, and what else did I do? I think that was the other one. Some thyme and chives in those places. So I've got mint, thyme, sage, chives, lemon balm, ashwagandha, basil, 4 different kinds of basil, like I said last week, and a bunch of other things. Oh, and retraction correction from last week. The tinkerer's wife, Patty, you're just so sweet. But when I was talking about all the nasturtiums that I planted and everything, they actually are, I don't think I have them here in front of me. They are 4 o'clocks. She was right. And so I did plant, I have those there, and I may end up transplanting them once they're up high enough. We'll see. But I did plant some nasturtiums too. So I got them in there. Big for starts. Well, there you go. Pineapple sage is a tender perennial, hardy to zone. Oh, okay. probably would not make it here then. It's best to see those in the fall for spring. That's possible. So, it's like in every year things are different because of, how harsh the weather is, how dry, how wet, all that kind of stuff. So, it's no 2 years are going to be the same. So it's just kind of a way to do that. You had mildew hit your spring garden this year and had to tear out some herbs. Oh, that is hard. Yeah, especially if you have very wet climate in that way. So, you got on some starts, Dave? Ooh. Really, Patty? Your borage is not okay. I had to pull up a lot of borage today. Just the little baby starts. I mean, because they just went everywhere. I do have 2 very prolific volunteer borages that are coming up right now, and they're already actually starting to bud, and they're going to be everywhere. I think this year I'm going to try to be better about maybe cutting back some of the flowers and stuff so I don't have so much seed going everywhere. Sage and chamomile both got hit hard. Oh, you know what? Very little can interfere with calendula. I have found that out. Oh my goodness. Okay, my prep tip for the night is, as you guys most obviously know, we're headed into some pretty big inflation coming up. So prepping is not just for, that doomsday type of scenario and everything like that. It's so many types of things that we've talked about before. It's like when, like if you get laid off, if you, have a life-changing illness that comes up, if you have, just different things, if you're, you depend on your garden if there's a really bad year, and different things. But to have this stocked up and to be using it and, regenerating your stores and everything. But it's just another reason, I guess you could say, to really, really consider having your stuff stored up and getting it stocked, because the things that I have been building up with for the last 3 or 4 years are probably a third of the price of what they are now. And so again, to have those things there so that all of a sudden prices skyrocket and different things, it's like, oh, I can't afford this. But if you've been able to find things on sale and get half a dozen of them or whatever it is, of whatever it is, but to really think about that as things start hitting. So if you get to sales or the dollar store or whatever it is. So yeah, exactly, Dave. You can't predict why you need some, but you always will. There have been so many times when I've just been so grateful to have it down there, whether it's not only just a dip in my income, but maybe a crash in my income or something like that, where it's like, or even like a year ago, it was like, I didn't have to worry about food. Everybody else was going crazy because like, oh, I can't get food. Everything's off the shelves and everything. It's like, I didn't have to worry about that. And it was such, I don't want to say even a relief. It was like a non-issue that I didn't have to stress about that. I didn't have to even think about it because it was like, that's taken care of. And as we know, it can happen in one day, an instant. So, but yeah, so, all the stuff they're talking about with inflation coming up, and people have already been talking about how they notice the prices have increased so much in the stores, and all that kind of stuff. So exactly, Dave. I mean, and wood, I mean, it's like, It's crazy. So I want to thank all of my moderators, all you people in blue. You guys are the bomb. You guys are so great. Thank you so much for all your work, for doing links and encouraging people and welcoming them and everything. And you guys are so great. I really, really appreciate that. And I just am so grateful to everybody else who's come here on a beautiful Monday evening. We could always be outside. So, oh, thank you guys. Really, Dave? Oh, okay. Because I just went to Home Depot Saturday and things were still, I mean, like a 2x4 was still like $11 or something. So, I don't know. I haven't had to buy wood for quite a while because all of my garden bed wood I got last summer. So I didn't know that prices are dropping, but that's great if they are. Thanks, Debbie. I appreciate that. Thank you, Patty. So I'm so glad you guys could all be here too. So I think that's all I have here. Let me look at my list here. I have my main garden is all done and planted. Yay! I'm so happy about that. And everything that I planted, I should say everything, but things that I planted last Monday before the live, are already up and going crazy. Like my beans that I planted. Do I have them here? Yes, my purple beans. They're already about 3 inches tall. So not only have they germinated in 1 week, but they're 3 inches tall. My basil's all sprouting up. Some of my bunching onions are sprouting. The 4 o'clocks are all up. I put in about 150 onion sets. So I have a lot of onions. But they're all starting to, perk up a little bit. What else did I plant? Carrots I don't see yet or anything. Marigolds take a little while. Parsley too. Ashwagandha I don't see yet. Parsley, what else did I put in? Nasturtiums I don't see yet. Oh, cucumbers already popping up. And that one's growing. My watermelon and cantaloupe, not coming up yet, but they may in the next few days here. So I know I'm going to be covered in onions. So I'll have a few to give away most likely. But okay, thanks, Dave. I appreciate that. Thank you, Southern Blast Homestead. Appreciate that. All right, guys. Well, you take care. Have a great week coming up. Our temperatures are going to get a little bit more reasonable. Thank goodness. And it'll be a relief. And I hope you guys all stay well, stay healthy, stay safe, and just enjoy your summer, enjoy your garden. So, guys, take care. God bless. Always have hope. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.